Hi, I hope you're having a great day and that you are feeling good each and every day and that you are giving warm hugs to those people in your family, people who love you and people who you love. Give them a hug today and let them know that you are still the warm human that they love and you are with the people you have chosen to spend your precious time with. Well, I had done a video some time ago about Whoopi Goldberg, and I was wondering about her health because she was reported frequently about being sick, and I was concerned what's going on. So I saw this video, and she was talking about her health, and she says that she has problems breathing. And she's had COVID a number of times, and she has been diagnosed with long COVID. And of course, that can have a number of problems. It can have a lot of memory problems, fatigue, and her problem that she's complaining about here is breathing. So she says she has, you see those beautiful steps behind her in her house. She has problems going up those steps just because she gets short of breath. She said she's also lives on a hill. I'm sure it was a beautiful property with a great view, but she has trouble walking up the hill to her house. And I often tell people who are in their 40s and 50s who are making a long-term investment of a house, make sure you are observant of those steps and things like a hill, because they can turn your house into a prison. If you do get a health problem or disability, as many do as they age, those steps can turn your house into a prison and you will not be able to travel freely around your house. So always make sure that your house is mobility accessible, and even one or two steps can turn a house into a horror chamber if you have to try to manipulate a few steps and you are having some kind of physical problem. So anyway, I thought, well, she's having lung problems from COVID, but she also has a history of being in comedy, and so she was around a lot of people who smoked. So these people were probably smoking around her. I'm sure she spent many hours in smoke-filled rooms with comedians and smoke-filled comedy clubs as she's laughing, talking, and everything, and inhaling all of those fumes. And plus, a lot of those clubs, they use a lot of insecticides and stuff to keep the clubs bug free, or at least fewer bugs in the clubs. And so they use a lot of insecticides in the air, and all of that stuff is going into your body as you're working. So I don't know about her cigarette smoking, but I know she was around a lot of smokers and inhaling that secondhand smoke. Now, even secondhand smoke is going to damage your lungs. So you have to be very aware of, your area, your situation, what's going on. And if you are in a business that's going to have you in these smoke-filled areas, you must know the risks and try to figure out what you can do to improve your health over the years. I also know Whoopi is a marijuana smoker, has been for many years, and she is also invested in marijuana companies, and so she has damage from marijuana for all those years. And so whatever she's been inhaling, she now has a cumulative effect, and she is having some problems just breathing and doing her daily activities. And she says she won't do comedy for one reason, is that her breathing makes it pretty impossible for her to really get out there and do the things she wants to do as a comedian. I don't think of Whoopi as a comedian anymore. She's past that stage. She's done it. She's been in movies. She has a nice TV show. You know, what in the world would you want to go out to do the comedy circuit? I'm sure it's something you like to do, but we all have to pass through those stages and move on. So I'm going to play this. I hope I get the right part where Whoopi talks about her health.
To the 12, they're like, oh yeah, we know Whoopi Goldberg. Now a lot of that is the name. The name still works, Whoop. But
Yes.
cool. She's just cool. She's level-headed. She's cool. The 19-year-old in college loved how you handled the situation on The View back in February. She learned something. She apologized for what she did not intend, and she took what came with it, which I thought was totally unfair as a consequence. I think that was catering to the facts that made my father lose a tooth. And the power of it, the power of a Whoopi, of a George, of, of Richard Pryor, may he rest in peace. The power, there's not a lot, you got like Sebastian Maniscalco, you got Bill Burr.
Now here he's trying to talk Whoopi into going back into the activities she did as a young person. But we all know we pass through these stages, and nobody wants to go back to doing what they used to do. And he's got her in a box. He figures that she is a comedian and she needs to go back to being a comedian, which is totally wrong for Whoopi. She has advanced. She's much more elite than that, and comedy is her history and not her present. And let me see if I got Whoopi on now.
Stamina, Chris, truly, when I have the stamina, the hardest thing about getting older was not just getting older. It was getting older with long-term COVID.
Yeah.
And that has been a bitch for
What do you have? What are your long symptoms? Let's compare, because I have it too,
Can't breathe.
Resting breath or workout breath?
Either. So if I'm sitting on the show, doing the show, talking to you right now, and I'm losing breath. So you see me adjust and try to take some deep breaths and just get it. Or coming up my stairs. I got stairs in my house. Coming up the stairs, coming down the stairs. It's coming up the hill, not walking the way I used to. Like I used to like to walk.
What do they say it is?
They just say, you got damage.
That's it? They can't do anything for you?
Well, no, they can give me an inhaler.
Does it work?
Yeah, when I need it, yeah.
But the idea that...
See, the thing is, you can't really explain your health problems on a quick show with a person who really doesn't understand your mental and physical status. An inhaler is not going to be Whoopi's treatment, but it's good enough answer for him. What she really needs is a thorough lung evaluation, which I'm sure Whoopi has had. She needs CT scan of her lungs, probably a lung biopsy to see how her tissues are going. But she has long-term damage from her business, and that damage leaves a lot of scars. She won't ever be back to what she was, and you have to acknowledge that Whoopi is she's a different person. So let's see what she says here.
Did nothing for the last month.
So anyway, that's what's going on with Whoopi and her health. She's having a lot of lung problems. I'm sure she might have other problems too that she doesn't want to discuss. But her main issue, as far as her job on The View, where she has to do a lot of talking, and she's in that room with a lot of lights and a lot of people, a lot of anxiety, that's what she's saying is her problem right now. So we wish Whoopi the best. We want her to improve, to clear out those lungs. I know she does have a marijuana habit, and don't know how much she can actually cure that or get rid of the marijuana, or if people are smoking marijuana around her, and whether she can control that. Of course she can control it. She can just tell people not to smoke around her, or and so forth, and to get some air cleaners in the house. I don't see any air filters, but she needs some air filters and so forth to make sure her air in the home is clean. And we wish her the best. You know, getting old is hard. It's not for the faint of heart. And to get old and suffer the problems that come with old age and the results of your habits of youth, it's something we all have to endure. So we love you, Whoopi. We hope you get better. We hope you're taking care of yourself. And we really don't expect you to go out into comedy clubs. That would be the worst thing for your health. And so many more, much better things for her time. She said she would like to be an ambassador to Italy, or one of the Mediterranean countries. But that takes a lot of walking. It takes a lot of talking, a lot of socializing. And you're going to be around a lot of people smoking. So that's going to be a field that really wouldn't be good for Whoopi. And when you're ambassador, you can't go around telling people to stop smoking or whatever. And a lot of people come in contact with you who are ill, you know, and they'll be coughing all over you and everything. So ambassadorship is a good dream, but with your health problems, that wouldn't be a good choice. But that house looks very nice. I would just get some air filters in there and take care. We love you, Whoopi. And I love you too for watching my videos and supporting me. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.